in this video we start making our Bodice pattern with Bunka pattern making method. Let's bring our avatar first and take some measurement. I go to CLO library, avatar section, female, I choose Yuna. And in the size folder I choose ASTM Missy straight, size 10. You can choose any avatar which is closest to your measurements. In the previous video I have shown how we get the measurement from the avatar. You can watch that again if you haven't watched yet. So let's just quickly review the measurement, show avatar measurement, and you see we need only bust 94.6, waist 77.5, and the back length from center back point, which is 40.9. After getting these measurements, we need to do some calculations. We don't need to see our avatar anymore for now, so I just choose the 2D pattern view, and you can see how these measurements are calculated. We go through each when we are drafting the pattern, but you can take a snapshot from this image and calculate your measurements later. As you see, most of these calculations are based on the bust measurement. This B that you see in the formulas is all about bust measurement. So for example, the body width is like bust measurement divided by 2 plus 6. Wherever you see the B, it means bust. Bust is a very key measurement in this method. The first step for creating bodice is to draw some basic line as you see in this image based on the measurement and calculations we have done. I will add this diagram in the end of the video for your reference as well. So let's start. First thing we do is to draw a rectangle by the width of our body width and the height of our back waist height. So I choose the rectangle tool and give the 53.3 as my width and the height of 40.9. By the way, the width of the body is calculated by adding 6 centimeters, which is our ease in half of the body, to our chest measurement. So you see that I have put ease amount here. So we have 6 centimeters in half for the bust and 3 centimeters for the waist. Next, we need to draw a line for our chest line. So I choose the top line with edit pattern tool or Z. Right click, offset as internal line, and choose the second measurement we calculated, 21.6. This is our bust line. You can also put some annotation to know which side is our front and which side is our back. CB here to show that this is my center back line, and a CF here to show that this is my center front. Now we can mark our back width on this bust line we created. Select this line and split it at 19.2. Then draw a vertical line from this point up to the upper line. We can do this several ways. One way is that you can right click on the point and add perpendicular line, local, and press OK. Make sure when you draw this line, extend and trim at point to pattern outline. Now this line is separate. We need another line parallel to this line 8 centimeter down, so I add offset as internal line 8 centimeters, and I tick off the extend because I don't want extension here. And I have this line which I split it in half, uniform split, and now I need to move this point 1 centimeter towards the side seam. There are some symbols in this diagram that you see that shows when you have to move some centimeters to the left or right. I will add a guide in the end of this video so that you can realize the meaning of these symbols. But for now, know that this line is splitted in half, and we move 1 centimeter towards the side seam to find the point E. So now that I found this middle point, I can move it like so. Just click and drag, click, hold and drag, and make sure you are only moving in X axis, not on the Y axis. Now I can name this point E. And while I'm at it, I point this name C that we created here. We also didn't need this line extension here, so I can delete this line. Add point to the intersection. Divide internal line, and I now can delete it. Delete this point too. After finding E, which is the guide point for our back shoulder dart, I need to find the B point, which is our front shoulder guide. As you see, this is the next calculation. We have B divided by 5 plus 8.3. We have it here, 27.2. So I can offset this internal line by 27.2 on the reverse direction. And that's the distance from our bust line to the B point. Okay, now I want to replace my pattern outline with this line, because this line should be our pattern outline. I see how much further this point is. Five point six. Now I offset my pattern outline, both of them, by 5.6 here, and make sure to leave create an internal line, because I still need my back shoulder line. Now I can remove the extra internal line which I don't need. On the bust line, I can mark my chest width, which is 18. I Actually, I can offset this line to that point. Offset as internal line and 18th. Reverse direction. Okay, and add a point to intersection here. Now I wanna find my bust point. I divide this point in half, split it uniform, and then move this point 0.7 towards side C. This is my bust point. I can mark it here as well. BP, which stands for bust point. Next measurement which I have is B divided by 32, which gives us point F. I mark it here by splitting the line at 3 and mark F here. Now to find the G point, we divide this line in half, the line between the bust line and the line on which we have the E point. Split it by half and move this point ½ centimeter down, and then we draw a straight line till we meet F on another straight line, and we name this point G. For drawing the side line, find the middle point between F and C. And draw a line, a vertical line from this point down. This is our side C. Now we can draw our curved line. For the front neck drop, mark the amount we calculated here. Front neck line width is 7.3 on this line. And for the neckline depth plus by ½ centimeter, 7.8 here. Draw an internal line, and with V draw a curve. If you want to be more precise, what you can do is to draw a square like so. Draw a line from this point to this point. Divide this line by 3. And come down by ½ centimeters down. So move this point ½ centimeters down. And make sure your curved line is passes through this point. So I bring this point here. And later I can further improve the line. if needed. Okay, so this is our front curve. Now we want to draw the front shoulder line. For that we need a protractor. If you're drawing this pattern by hand, you can use an actual protractor like this image to draw the shoulder line with 22 degree. But in CLO I can show you how to do this. Simply select this point, right click, add perpendicular internal line and choose the x-axis. Then you give the number 22. You see this 22 degree goes up. We want it lower, so we can give a minus 22, which is exactly what we need. Okay, now we see this line is meeting the vertical line here, so we need to cut it here by add point to intersection, divide and cut this part, which we don't need. This is our shoulder line, which we need to extend by 1.8 centimeters. I select this point and choose 1.8. For drawing the bust dart, first connect point G to the bust point with an internal line. Then see how much you calculated for the bust dart in degrees is 21.2, and draw a line which has a 21.2 degree from the first line you made. Again, if you have a protractor, it's how the bust dart is measured. In CLO you can choose this point, right click on it. This time choose the local, and in reverse direction choose the angle of 21.2. It doesn't get the amount after the point, so 21 is what we get. As you know, for the dart, the length of these two lines should be equal. So whatever you have here, split it here as well. So here you have 12.95. For drawing front armhole, we connect these points together. Then curve this line a little bit so that this angle is close to 90 degrees. We can check these angles later as well. For the lower armhole part, split this segment into 3 equal parts. Then see how much was the first measurement, or any of them because they are equal, and add it with half a centimeter, 2.68. So draw a 45 degree line from here with this length as a guide. So I choose this point. .45 and I choose the measurement. I have 2.68 as a guide. So when I draw a curve from this point, I make sure I cross this point and connect it to the G. I can slightly improve my curve like so. So this is my front, neck and armhole. Now for the back, first we mark the back neck width. which we have here, 7.54. Then we divide this line to 3 equal parts, and we go up from this point the same amount we marked, 2.551. Now we can draw our back neck curve like so. First I draw the line, and then with V I shape it like so. Now for the back shoulder line, I need to draw a line 18 degrees from the x-axis. So I choose this point and choose my angle as 18 in the reverse direction. And for the length, I need to mark my front shoulder line measurement plus the back shoulder dart. So let me first draw this line, and then I calculate what is my front shoulder length, 13.34 plus 2.2, which is our shoulder dart width. So my back shoulder line should be 15.54. Okay, I cut the rest of the line. Now for the guide of my armhole, I divide this line C to side seam, 3 equal parts like we did for the front. And this time I add the amount to 0.8 centimeters and draw my line. Change the sign to have good direction. So what was our measure? 2.98. Okay, so this is my guideline. Now I can draw my armhole. Can improve the shape by a smooth tool. Make sure you are passing through the point you have marked as your guide. Okay, for the back shoulder dart, draw a straight line from E up to meet the shoulder line. Add point to intersection. Then from this point, go one and a half centimeters towards the side seam. Then mark your back shoulder dart, which is 2.2. And then draw your dart by connecting these new points you have made to the E point. We don't need these extra points. Okay, our pattern is almost complete, only we need to make the waist darts. For that, I'm planning to first determine where this point should be, the point you see in the image A, B, C, D, E, F. Then I trace out my pattern and draw the darts. Before we make the waist dart, let's see where this measurement come from. So this is the body width we had, and this measurement is half of our waist plus the amount of ease we selected for half of our waist measurement. So when you calculate this amount, you get 11.57, which is the total amount of dart you want to take in from your waist. This amount is divided between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 darts in your waistline, which is named as A, B, C, D, E, and F. And if you have for example 11 centimeters as your total dart, this is how it's distributed among each dart. I'm going to select 12 for my total dart amount because my amount is closer to this measurement. You see that I have highlighted each dart measurement here. Now let's find out where the points are in our pattern. Point A is very obvious. It's just below the bust point. So if you draw a vertical line from bust point down, you'll have the point A. Point B is 1.5 centimeters away from point F. You draw a vertical line from this point down and you get point B. C is on the side seam, so we know where it is. For the point D, when if you remember, we had this line that G is on it. We can go 1 centimeter away from this point towards the CB line and then draw a vertical line down to get point D. Next point is E. For that you go half centimeters away from point E towards the center back and draw the vertical line. And F is of course your center back point. Okay, now that I have all of my points, I can trace out the pattern with trace pattern tool or I hold shift and choose all the lines I need for the front first. And the back. I clean up some of my lines which I don't need. I draw a new bust line and convert it to baseline. this line should be only 2 centimeters above the bust line, so I shorten it. Okay, now I convert these lines to baseline as well. Now we can make our waist dart. I have changed most of my internal lines to baseline and mark the point where I want the dart by splitting the line. So I start by A, right click, add the dart. The amount is 1.68 and I increase the length until I reach the bust point, and I don't need to shape the dart cap now. So based on our chart, dart A is 1.68 and it should go up to the bust point according to our diagram. Actually, it needs to end 2 to 3 centimeters below the bust point, so just click and drag, bring it down by 3 centimeters down on the y-axis. The next is B, and according to our chart, B is 1.8. I add a dart and again I increase the length till I reach the chest dart. Don't need this point, and you can go as close as you can. You cannot reach the line because CLO doesn't let you, but you can go a little bit higher. The C point has 1.32. This one we should divide between front and back, so 1.32 divided by 2.66. This one you can just click and drag this point to create the dart on each side. Next point is D, and we have the amount of 4.2. And this one you increase the length until you reach that point you marked before this point. On the point E we have 2.16. Again increase the length till 2 centimeters on top of the bust line, like so. And on the point F we have 0.84. This one you can split this line actually 0.84 and just delete this point. Okay, our waist dart is finished and our pattern is ready to be sewn. If you don't need this line anymore, I put a notch here because I wanna know where my D line is, so I remove this line and add a notch instead. Now I bring back my 3D window. I create symmetrical pieces by selecting both and press Ctrl D. Select all and move them up on the avatar. turn on the show arrangement point. Okay, before sewing I want to check my grain lines, because grain line on the front panel should be parallel to center front, and that should be same for back panel. The grain line should be parallel to center back line. I click and on the center of grain line, right click and press align to select it and select my CB line. Now if I rotate this piece along my center, along the grain line, it will sit like this. Okay, now we can start sewing. First I sew the darts, chest dart, waist darts are sewn automatically, the shoulder darts, I sew them, and then I start sewing the shoulder line together by free sewing tool. Holding shift, I sew these pieces together, and then center front line, center back line, and side seam. Okay, this is our bodice. For a basic pattern that we made from scratch, I think the fit is not very bad. However, as I mentioned, there are some issues that need to be fixed. Let me bring the random coloring. You see the gaping on the armhole is because of the bigger chest measurement, which we need to improve by increasing our dart width. In the next video I show you how to fix the gaping issue on the armhole and any other fit issue that we might see in this block. See you next Saturday, and thank you for watching this tutorial.